So Bad Bunny made history last night at the Grammys with Debbie Tirar Más Fotos winning Album of the Year. Because of that, I wanted to do a deep dive on one of my favorite songs off of that album, Nueva York, and the Easter egg that he leaves us in the video, and how that ties into the larger New York Puerto Rican connection. So let's get into it. In October 1977, 30 Puerto Rican nationalists, including members of the Young Lords, occupied the Statue of Liberty for 8 hours. They draped the Puerto Rican flag over the crown as a symbol of resistance, but also to bring awareness to political prisoners that were demanding the independence of Puerto Rico. The Young Lords were a Puerto Rican activist group that actually originated as a street gang in Chicago. They focused on community survival, Puerto Rican liberation, and centered on things like access to healthcare, food, and education. And in his video, Nueva York, you can see Bad Bunny references this iconic protest. But let me tell you a little bit more about the Young Lords. So, in the summer of '69 in New York City, the Young Lords organized a series of protests called the Garbage Offensive. In response to the Department of Sanitation neglecting garbage collection, often for weeks at a time, and when they did show up, they would take like half of the garbage and leave the rest of it there in the neighborhood of East Harlem, which was a predominantly Puerto Rican community. So the young lords picked up all of the garbage and began dumping it at major intersections, forcing sanitation to make a move. Stuff like this just really shows how the social determinants of health tend to negatively impact communities of color at a disproportionate rate. So that guy that keeps saying fitness is political, running is political, this is exactly what he's talking about. Environmental racism is a real thing. Another fun fact is that the blueprint for the Young Lords is the Black Panthers. So happy Black History Month. I don't think that we give Black Americans enough credit for the contributions that they made to this country and how much that they have helped immigrant communities through their continued activism for better healthcare, education, and affordable housing. In that same year, the Young Lords and the Black Panthers worked in tandem to take over Lincoln Hospital in the Bronx because a lot of patients were unnecessarily dying from filthy conditions. The takeover led to actual reforms and better healthcare for the community. So, as a creator and consumer of fitness content, I think it's irresponsible not to address the real issues and roadblocks that our community faces when it comes to bettering their health, without doing our best to at least give them some practical advice. Instead of shaming people for not training every day or eating everything organic, truly I feel we are losing the plot. Because it's hard to focus on your health when you're afraid of getting snatched off the street, you don't have enough money to put food on the table, and your neighborhood doesn't even have the infrastructure for you to go on a long walk. So, yeah, fitness is political.